Alright, what's going on? So today is the first day that we are not recording in that same session. I haven't recorded in about a week, I gotta be honest. Today is going to be the first time we're recording in a while. For those that have been keeping up, thank you for watching the videos, first of all. Second of all, Klinklang, man. It's such a good Pokemon. I'm never gonna get over that. I'm gonna keep saying it until Klinklang is meta. I really do think Klinklang is one of the best Pokemon. But today, something new. We're finally moving on. I wanted to use more Klinklang, but I decided that I've been using it a bunch on stream. You guys are a little tired of seeing it. So I wanted to test out what I believe to be a pretty good Incineroar Amoongus team. Not sure how well it's going to do, but I figure we branch out at least a little bit and try to see where we're at. So for this first battle, I'm really feeling, as we know, Safety Goggles, Togekiss, and a Tyranitar. You can never go wrong against Sun, especially when they got those two Psychic types there. They do have that Urshifu, which I'm a little worried about. I think Gyarados is going to be safe enough to take care of that, though. So Togekiss, Tyranitar with a Gyarados in the back. I do feel like a second Dark type, just to be safe. Because sometimes one Dark type is not enough to beat the Psychic types. So you do sometimes want that Incineroar. So I'm thinking of bringing both, just in case. If they do lead the Psychic types, I think I'm going to shift my Togekiss right out into the Incineroar. So, kicking it off with this first battle against what I believe to be a pretty good matchup. I know that every time I say that, it doesn't always end up working out, I gotta be honest. So we do see Urshifu and Didi come out. Oh boy. Okay, so Urshifu and Didi is a fair lead for my opponent. It looks like they are the Dark type Urshifu though, which is good to see. Typically in this situation, you wouldn't know if the Urshifu is going to be firing a fighting or a water move off of you. Right now, I feel like they're going to fighting move my Tyranitar. What are they going to do? Dark move my Tyranitar? I don't think so. So what we're going to do is we're going to yawn the Indeedee and switch out to Gyarados. Now, this could go poorly if my opponent decides to Expanding Force. But if they're deciding to Expanding Force, it feels like they're ignoring my Togekiss so much. So I feel like they either want to be follow meing here, or maybe not even close combating. Or Helping Hand. Apparently that's an option. Okay, so they Helping Hand, and they Stone Edge my Togekiss. What in the world? Okay. I gotta admit, just saying, even if my opponent was at neutral, it would have knocked out. So don't do that. Don't run Stone Edge or Urshifu. Try to find a better option for your Togekiss answer. The Stone Edge doing about 55, maybe 60. I'd say 55%, more like it though. So we're going to be switching out to our Incineroar. I don't really know. Gotta be honest. I'm not sure what they're going to be switching in for that Indeedee. Because as we all know, if Indeedee doesn't switch out here, it will be falling asleep. And I don't think they want that. So we're going to be firing off just a clean old waterfall. Nothing too crazy here. Fire off the waterfall. Switch the Incineroar in. If the Indeedee does stay in, it will be falling asleep. Which I'm okay with that too. I do believe the Urshifu is going to throw a second Stone Edge off. They're maxing. Excuse me? Okay, so they're Dynamaxing Urshifu. Oh, I know what's happening. They're max Lightning right now. They're going to max Lightning and stop the sleep from putting their DD to sleep. That's got to be what's happening here. They're going to follow me and max Lightning my Gyarados. That's got to be it, right? What else could they be doing in this situation? Yep. Oh, boy. Alright, so max Lightning does come out. They've got... They've got max Lightning and Stone Edge. You got me. I gotta be honest, you did get me there. I was not ready for that. Okay. That's definitely unfortunate. The way that I see us having any sort of chance is going Tyranitar, switching Tyranitar to Togekiss, and you turning back out. Wow. Urshifu is a threat, apparently. I made fun of it about that Stone Edge, because, like, the Stone Edge was garbage. But, man, The Max Lightning apparently was too much for me to handle. We're going to go Togekiss and U-turn. Like I said, I think they're going to be helping hand Max Knuckling into the Togekiss. Hopefully. It's into the Incineroar we live. Wow. Urshifu is a terrible matchup when I don't go Amoongus, huh? Gotta be honest, this kind of sucks. Yeah, we're gonna be U-turning out. I mean, we get a little bit of recovery on Incin. Like, I don't want to Dynamax Togekiss, but at this point, it might just be the best call. Well, on second thought, maybe we go back to Tyranitar, and we just fire off something along the lines of an Air Slash. Go Tyranitar. Obviously, as we all know, you can't protect from Urshifu. That thing is dangerous. So we're going to have to go back to Incin and Air Slash. Yeah, that's the play. The only way we win this is if Urshifu somehow doesn't do enough damage to my Tyranitar, allowing it to get weakness policy. Because I do believe my Tyranitar can beat whatever my opponent does in the back. The question is, after seeing Max Lightning and Max Rockfall off of Stone Edge, what are they going for? Max Rockfall is coming out. Is that in a Togekiss? Oh my goodness. This guy really has my number, apparently. This Urshifu is just too much. I guess I gotta be honest, guys. If I didn't lose the first battle, would it really be the beginning of a new team? Would it? The answer's no. The way we kick it off, every new team is just lose the first battle. Give it a try. Just see how easily you lose. Just to make the comeback arc so much better. I mean, the good thing is, the only good thing here, is they did not Max Knuckle. So what we're going to do is we're going to fake out Urshifu and Rock Slide here. Indeedee most likely only has Psychic moves. Urshifu is switching out. I think that is the game-winning play. Wow. That's insane. I really don't know what I was supposed to do about that. Like, maybe if I maxed Gyarados, right? If I maxed Gyarados and Airstreamed, there may have been a chance. But to predict that he had Rock... To predict that he had Rock and Electric, that's just such a hard read. If I could leave you guys with one word of advice, it would be, don't make hard reads for your opponent to have stuff like that. I should, like, if you look at it on paper, predicting that would have won me the game. But don't go for reads like that just because it might happen. Because let's say they didn't have it, which, I'm going to be honest, I thought they didn't have it. If they don't have it, my play works all the time. And there are more possibilities that they don't have it than possibilities of them having it. So, I don't know. Oh man, Rock Slide misses the Indeedee. Darkest Lariat. If we flinch Torkoal, we might actually have a chance here. Can we get a flinch? Okay, I thought this dude was a lord. I thought this man was a legend. He was such a smart player. Right up until he yawned in the terrain. I had such high hopes for you, man. Alright, well, we're going to max Incin and Rock Slide. Because I think that maxing Incin is the only chance we have. I mean, look, Tyranitar's not taking a close combat. It's just not. There's no world in which it takes close combat. So I think my opponent always close combats Tyranitar. Make sure that they can't lose to like a Max Knuckle or something, which would be way more threatening. So if my Incin was at full HP, I do think I would be winning this, but obviously we are much, much lower than that. So we do max Incin here. They've got to be Assault Vest or Urshifu, which makes a lot of sense for their style of team. We are going to be knocking them out with Max Flare, though. I don't know, it depends what they have in the back. Like, they can yawn, and I think they should yawn, but if they body press, we might have a... Whoa! Instinct gets knocked out. Alright, well, not the first best showing, I gotta be honest. Not the first best showing, but it's tradition. It's just tradition at this point. You lose the first game, you win the next 5 in the series, and you're fine. There's no issues. We're going to jump right into that second game. I want immediate redemption. I cannot wait any longer. I want to see, though, real quick. Yeah, they only had Expanding Force follow me, and they were Assault Vest. Or no, they... Choice Scarf, Adamant or Shifu. Adamant Choice Scarf that Dynamaxed. Gotcha. Well, I can't say I don't have any more questions. I think I have more questions after viewing that set, honestly. Quite unfortunate. Still not a good matchup for my team. But that's alright. We'll be moving on to the next battle. Another trainer's already found. Sherry, number 481. Yet again, we're high on the ladder, which is going to make this a little difficult. But my opponent is going to have a pretty standard hyper offense team, I gotta be honest. They've got the Cinderace, the Indeedee Male, which is pretty par. Whimsicott for the obvious Tailwind. Rillaboom, Toxtricity, and Sylveon. Like, Incineroar is so good here. Excadrill is so good. Well, you know what? Let's go Incin, Gyarados, Excadrill, Tyranitar. This will give us pivoting abilities no matter what my opponent goes for. If they go for something along the lines of Cinderace, we're in a really good spot. We got a double Intimidate. If they go for something along the lines of Rillaboom, Whimsicott, we're in a pretty good spot. Same thing, double Intimidate. If they go Toxtricity, however, we can switch into the ground type. Same with Sylveon. We can easily pivot into the Excadrill. And if they've got the Indeedee Male, which is really threatening, we can switch the Gyarados out into Tyranitar, which will not be that bad. So, no matter what my opponent goes for, I do feel pretty alright about this. But it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Playing against Hyper Offense, you never really know what they're going to be going for. Which is the only upsetting thing. If you could know their game plan, I feel like it'd be so much easier to beat. But, we're going to be facing off against Sherry at Hullberry Stadium. I don't know what those things in the top right of their trainer card mean. I think they mean they completed the Pokédex or something. If you guys know, that's the question of the day. What the heck do those things mean? Are they the Pokédex? I'm not really sure. Okay. Sylveon Whimsicott. This one's especially weird. Because, like, are they going to Dynamax Sylveon? I don't think so. But then, why'd they lead it? Because I could have led Excadrill, which would have been really good against both of these. Huh. Well, what I think I'm going to do is just fake out Sylveon, switch to Excadrill. If this backfires, then I guess F in the chat or comment section. We're on YouTube, not Twitch. I'm so used to Twitch streaming. But yeah, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to Tailwind Hyper Voice, most likely. No Dynamax from Sylveon. Next turn, we should be in a good position to just switch to Tyranitar, Iron Head, knock out Sylveon, and get an easy early game knockout. Now, if they do Dynamax and hit me with some weird stuff, I could see this being problematic. Whimsicott actually going to protect here. Is Sylveon going to protect too? No protect coming out from Sylveon. Okay. That leads me to believe their choice specs, but what do I know? I am going to go Tyranitar as planned. No reason to deviate now, and Iron Head. Some of you may be wondering why we have X-Scissor on the Excadrill, by the way. The main reason is to just hit grass types and also lower special attack. I was running a Life Orb set, and I had 3 attacks protect, and I was like, I don't really feel like I gained that much value from the protecting slot. So, one-hit KOing Rillaboom with a bug move, and potentially lowering special attacks of other Pokemon, seems really cool to me, honestly. Also, we're Sand Rush, so we don't have a good way to hit Rotom Wash, but this allows us to, you know, at least while we're Dynamax, have a really good option, and when we're not Dynamaxed, we have a fine option. It's not great. I mean, obviously, it's a non-stab X-Scissor, but it's better than what we have. So, X-Scissor's a little weird. I'm kind of feeling it out, testing it out right now. I don't know if it's good or not. This will be the verdict. I think it's pretty cool, especially with all the Rillaboom running around. Because, let's say my opponent sends in Rillaboom. I bet they'd feel like they're in a pretty good spot right now. They have to send in Cinderace, however. Honestly, double switch. Easy double switch. Get the double Intimidate off. I kind of feel like the fighting move is going to go into Tyranitar, so that's why Gyarados is coming in there. I don't really know. This is the same hyper offense thing I was telling you about. You have no clue what they're doing. Especially when they have options for both your Pokemon. Like Max Knuckle. They're going to click Max Knuckle. I would bet on it. I'm not a betting man, but I would bet they would click Max Knuckle. Or a fighting move. Well, let's say they just regular high jump kick. They're clicking a fighting move. So especially when I have 2 fighting weeks on the field, you never, ever, never know what they're going to click. And that's the weird part about hyper offense. Why I'm not too personally inclined to use it. Because it seems very iffy at times, especially like right now. So they are Dynamaxing, like I said. They could have high jump kicked, but I could have also protected. So they just wanted to max. Get that safe Max Knuckle coming out. Very easy to boost your attack and not risk missing or hitting into a protect. So Max Knuckle, I mean, I'm sure we all knew this already, but Max Knuckle, way better than high jump kick in terms of usability. High jump kick, a little stronger. So, oh boy, a helping hand. I really hope that's into Gyarados. Helping hand Max Knuckle. Would that knock out Incineroar at -2? I don't know. It is into Incineroar. We do not live. That's crazy. I crit. Did that matter? Did it matter? I just don't know. I just don't know if that mattered. I wish I knew. I wish I had the ability to calc on the spot. Unfortunately, that doesn't matter. Instin's gone. We cannot mourn on the past. All we can do is push forward to, you know, allow for the ones we have lost to still gain glory. We're going to max Airstream here. And I want to call him not to max Knuckle, but mad if he's crazy if he doesn't max Knuckle. So we're just going to protect T-Turn. Because, like, he could Airstream Gyarados, trying to gain a speed advantage. But if he doesn't max Knuckle, and he max Airstreams, which is his only option really, max Airstream would make him weak to Rock Slide, which makes no sense for there being a Tyranitar on the field. So personally, I really do feel like he's going to be going for that max Knuckle. Even though it does actually make him weak to my max Airstream from Gyarados. But either way, Gyarados is my max of choice. My opponent's only at -1. I do wish I could have Intimidate cycled them at least a little bit more. But, like I said, same as Incineroar getting knocked out. Absolutely nothing I can do about that now. Best thing I can do is push forward and Dynamax with my Gyarados. If they protect, it's kind of interesting. Okay, they are going to Helping Hand. Helping Hand, and I protect. Is this going to be a Max Knuckle or an Airstream? It is an Airstream! Into the Gyarados. That's crazy. So they're choosing to be a flying type here. We get the Airstream off into Whimsicott. I mean, no matter what, the Cinderace is not threatening my Gyarados anymore. The only way it used to be threatening was Bounce. And now, Bounce is, you know, or the only way they used to be threatening was Airstream. Now, Airstream is gone. They aren't able to Airstream anymore because their Dynamax is over. So I feel a little bit better about the position I'm in. Depends what they have in the last slot, though. Could be something along the lines of Dracovish, maybe? Dracovish or Indeedee are the most likely ones. Rillaboom would be weird, but I could also see it. So Rillaboom is the last. The question is just, what does my opponent let me get off, you know? Oh, wait, they have more Dynamax? Oh, I guess I thought that... Huh. I forgot, because my... What is it? My Incin got deleted so quickly, I forgot they had another turn. Gotta be honest. So we're going to Airstream here and Rock Slide. This looks very up in the air. This could go either way. This really could go either way. Because they could go for the Airstream again, and I think Airstream plus Grassy Glide might be enough to knock out. But they actually just Grassy Glide into my Tyranitar. We're going to be living that easy. So the only way they can knock out Tyranitar here is with a double up too. And I think if they Airstream, they don't knock out Gyarados. They do Airstream. They Airstream Tyranitar? Wow. That was the best play they could have made. That was really insane, actually. That was really cool. Because what they did there is they knew that they needed the speed boost, which is really insane, actually. Recognition there, which is really cool. They knew they needed the speed boost, so they got the speed boost, but they also hit my Tyranitar, which is really, really cool. I did not expect them to do that. That was a very smart play there. So we're all taking Sand and Grassy. I don't watch Wolf's content personally too much, but he said something that I thought was really funny, how everyone has a bunch of free time when it comes to in-between turns if you got Tyranitar and Excadrill on the field. I relate to that so much. I think it's so true. When you've got Tyranitar and an Excadrill, and you've got the Grassy and the Sand, every turn you're seeing that residual damage. It gets old. It really does get old real quick. So we're going to double Rillaboom here, as I could easily see a bounce come out from that Rillaboom, or from the Rillaboom. I could easily see a bounce come out from Cinderace, or a high jump kick into my Excadrill, but I kind of see a bounce more, because I could, if I don't have Protect, obviously, but if I had Protect would be such an easy play. Like, Protect Airstream Rillaboom would, like, make them lose their Rillaboom, so I could easily see them bouncing my Gyarados and Grassy gliding it. Sucker Punch into the Gyarados. Is Grassy Glide enough? Grassy Glide is enough to take me out. Wow. I guess we're going to be losing the second game too, boys. That's very unfortunate. The Sucker Punch odd tech on Cinderace. They had Airstream. What did they have? Airstream. They had Airstream Fighting Dark. So they either didn't have Fighting, or they didn't have Fire, or they didn't have Steel, which is weird. Not the call, in my opinion. But it worked here. It worked here, so what can I say? So, the only thing I can say is this is classic episode 1. Losing on 2 very interesting matchups, I gotta be honest. I don't know. I don't think there was much better I could have done in this game too. Like, maybe flipping the way that I switched, you know, would have worked, but it was just a 50-50 call. I don't think there was any intuitive way to guess it. One of the things that I think I can be doing better is utilizing Amoongus. So next episode, I mean, he's the star. He's above me. Why else would I not use him? So I feel like a fool for not using Amoongus right. I do think that was the biggest flaw in my game plan. I think this team has a lot more potential than I was showing. I think I was really fumbling it there. So next episode, I'm going to really try to use Amoongus better, because I feel like I kind of messed that one up. But that's going to be our 2 battles for today. Obviously really disappointing when we lose both of them. But definitely, as always, don't forget to check out my socials. Everything is in the description. Streaming on Twitch every day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel out a ton. And I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of this team. I'm telling you guys, I promise it's going to be way better than this one. So definitely don't want to miss it. See you tomorrow.